It is now. Good morning. Welcome to this ongoing virtual journey of ours. You've found your way to All Souls Unitarian Universalist in Shreveport's what it was Sunday worship for us. You may be seeing it at another time. So welcome back to Sunday. We thank you for being here with us. We're doing our best to serve you in new ways and be able to find out from you if you will share with us the things that you need us to try to do in part of this service or maybe as a congregation. All Souls is a congregation that's based on covenant rather than creed. And we don't have to think alike or believe alike to place love and compassion and truth and justice as our top priorities. We focus on our actions here and interactions here on this planet, and not so much on worrying about what comes after this, other than the longevity, perhaps, of the planet. Whoever you are, whatever your age, race, origin, orientation, background, status, ability, identity. If you care to be here with us, we welcome you. And we hope that you'll get interactive with our community and become somebody that we recognize, maybe your name for now or your face if you're Zooming with us. Valuing diversity is a treasured part of our tradition and heritage. Together, we endeavor to live with integrity and to foster compassion in this world. Here we are called to treat respectfully those with differing paths and opinions. This is not an easy task, but it is our challenge and it is our covenant. I'm going to invite our board president, Bennett Upton, to share a few words of announcement and probably encouragement with you.
Hey, this is Bennett Upton, and I'm the board president. And I just wanted to talk to you for a few minutes about, well, for one, I want to encourage you to join our Zoom calls that are going on. I don't think that I may be speaking like I'm off camera or something, but anyway. I'm sorry. So I wanted to encourage you guys to join some of our Zoom calls. We're really trying to get some folks together and trying to engage with the entire congregation and make sure that everyone has a chance to be heard and to hear everyone else and to get connected to improve our community. In order to do that, we have a few calls that are going on. We're changing the structure. I would really encourage you to join them, and hopefully you get to know some of the folks. And to help out with that, I would like to first off introduce a couple of the people who are going to be running these Zoom calls and or facilitating them, I suppose is a better word. But I'm going to start off with Dawn Subasic, who, if you haven't met her yet, you're missing out. Dawn is awesome. She's on the slate for the nominating committee and maybe soon joining the board. And she's also running facilitating the Zoom call. So Dawn, would you like to briefly introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Dawn Subasic, and I'm going to be running or facilitating a Zoom pod meeting with Ken Peterson on Monday nights at 6 o'clock starting tomorrow night. And we hope to see you there. It's going to be fun getting to chat with everyone and find out how everybody's doing. And thanks. That's it.
And I'd also like to, well, you've probably already met him before. He's the former board president and an active member for a long time, Eric First.
I'm Eric First. I'm facilitating a Zoom meeting on Thursdays at 7 p.m. with Melody Armstrong. And I've been a member 15 years. And so if you're free Thursday at 7 p.m., come and join us.
And the other thing that I would like to talk about, yeah, thank you, Eric, and thank you, Dawn. Really appreciate your work doing that. And hopefully we get a whole lot of folks that want to join in on these calls and get connected to each other. That's the main reason why we want to do this. Also, I would be remiss in not talking about the congregational meeting, which is happening today at 1 o'clock. We're going to have the meeting, and then we're going to vote starting probably at 3, maybe a little bit before that. The voting, of course, is all online. The meeting is online, and I hope to see you there. We're going to elect a new slate of board members, and yeah, I'm very excited about it. We've got a great slate full of new members coming on the board, and also the Committee on Ministry. So yeah, hope to see you there. If you haven't gotten a link for that, then let me know, and I will send it to you if you send me an email. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to Susan.
Hello. Hi. Thank you, Bennett. I also want to encourage folks to come to the congregational meeting. I also want to encourage you, if you haven't already, you should have received an email inviting you to register for Together Louisiana's big statewide event with Governor Edwards this Tuesday night. It's called Reimagine Louisiana. Fits in with today's theme of reimagining. We want to, as we come back from this, we would like to create a state that doesn't leave so many people behind as we do now. We want to be able to re-envision a new way to live in this state. And so if you have not received that email, it will go out again, so look for it. And you can also go to the North Louisiana Interfaith Facebook page and access it from there. We will have family RE right after religious education, right after the service. I sent some, they're called doodle pages. They're just little kind of very simple drawings encouraging kids to draw what they want onto those drawings. And so if you've had a chance to download those, if you have access to a printer, or if you want to put them into some kind of digital art thing, that's cool too. If the kids can maybe kind of work on those during service today, that would be great, and we can look at them later. And if not, they'll have a chance to do that in the coming week. But we're going to talk about imagination and why it's such an important thing, not only in our everyday lives, but in building a new world. And I think that's what I've got for today.
Thank you all. As we move toward a spirit of worship now, I'd like each of you to take a few deep breaths. Actually get where you are. Can you do that? Collect yourself to be present where you are in this moment. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Notice where some tension may be in your physical body. And then tell yourself, it's okay to relax here for a few minutes. The opening words this morning come from Sharon White and Hillary Allen. Sharon Wiley, I'm sorry. It's said that ministers are here to afflict the comfortable and comfort the afflicted. I say we're all afflicted. We're all comfortable. May our time together this morning be a comfort and a confrontation. May we find peace in times of tumult. May we invite tumult into lives of peace. May we here find calm in times of restlessness. May we here allow restlessness to evolve into action. Let this be a place you consider what you've never considered. Let this be a place you imagine for yourself, something new and unthinkable. May this hour bring dreams of new ways of being in this world. Come, let us worship. It said, I did that. Gracious oneness, keep watch on the innovators, the trailblazers, the takers of risk. Invite us to be persons of vision and integrity. Help us to remember the mystery from which possibility is born. Lead us to honor the sacred space where ministries, idealists, and realists meet. Encourage us to imagine more than just what is or what has been. Fill our hearts in times of discouragement. Keep our eyes on the long now. Through our efforts, let us know the fruits of connection and a deeper faith. I'd like to invite our Director of Religious Education, Susan Caldwell, back to lead the first portion of our chalice light.
We light this chalice to celebrate Unitarian Universalism. This is the church of the open mind. This is the church of the helping hands. This is the church of the loving heart.
Thank you, Susan. These words come from Eric Walker Wickstrom. We light this chalice for all who are here and all who are not. For all who have ever come through these doors and all that wish they could. For those who may yet find this a spiritual home, and for those who can't even yet imagine finding a spiritual home. And for those we can't even yet imagine. For us, for each of us, for all of us, may this flame burn warm and bright. Today I get to invite my son, Noah Wagstaff, to lead our unison affirmation. Noah?
Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve human need, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the sacred. Thus do we covenant with each other.
Thank you. We're going to have a song now. The lyrics will be up on the screen. It's a short song. So I will play through it once. You're welcome to sing that one with me or to join me the second time through. It's about thinking outside of the box. This river won't fit in the mainstream. It's bigger than any life we've ever known. This river won't fit in the limits of human dreams. But from every act of love, its waters flow. Gonna let my thinking settle toward my heart. Gonna let my fear turn into faith when I see the light come up from my own heart. Oh, no, no, you can't make sense of it, 'cause the fact is, this river won't fit. So let's do it again if we can. This river won't fit in the mainstream. It's bigger than any life we've ever known. This river won't fit in the limits of human dreams. But from every act of love, its waters flow. Gonna let my thinking settle towards my heart. Gonna let my fear turn into faith when I see the light come out of my own dark. Oh, no, no, you can't make sense of it, 'cause the fact is, this river won't fit. The fact is, this river won't fit. It won't fit. It won't quit. This river won't fit. And we'll welcome back Miss Susan for our time of all ages.
Hi, thank you, Barbara. I have something to show you really quickly. And some of our kids who have been in Family RE after the service have seen a part of this, but not the whole thing. But you're going to know some of the answers to these questions if you remember. So what do all of these things have in common? Well, right now they are not cooperating is what they have in common. All right. The slinky, you may have played with one of those, right? You've seen how it kind of goes down the stairs. It's kind of fun. Slinky. Yum, potato chips. Everybody craves some chips every now and then, right? Popsicles. It'll be getting hot enough to enjoy those a lot really soon, if it's not already. Chocolate chip cookies. If you're seeing any kind of a pattern here, Post-it notes, how do those fit in? What do they all have in common? They were all mistakes They were all things that were discovered by people who were trying to make something else. But in every case, either those people themselves or someone else who came after them figured out with their imagination some other use for them. The slinky, an engineer named Richard James was trying to invent stabilizing springs for ships, and one of them he dropped and he noticed it slinkle on the floor, and he thought kids might like this. Potato chips, there was a chef, a Native American, African-American man named George Crumb, who had a really fussy customer in his restaurant who didn't think his potatoes were sliced thin enough. And the man brought him back a couple of times and he still wasn't satisfied. So he just cut them into little slivers, just deciding he would be totally sarcastic about it. Well, the man loved them. They were crunchy and they were delicious. And, you know, a wonderful snack was born. Popsicles were discovered when Frank Epperson was only 11 years old, and he left some fruit-flavored soft drink outside by mistake. He didn't remember this till years later, but he was the one, in fact, who wanted to sell the idea. They were called Epsicles at first, but that didn't really catch on. And everybody's probably familiar with Toll House cookies. They were actually at a place called the Toll House Inn, a woman named Ruth Wakefield. She was going to make chocolate cookies, but she was out of baker's chocolate. So she chopped up semi-sweet chocolate. She thought it would melt and make regular chocolate cookies, but instead it, excuse me, it stayed in chunks and people loved it. Voila. So she had the imagination to say, I don't have the stuff that I need, but I have these chunks of chocolate. I'll use this. And it became a wonderful thing. In 1968, there was a 3M employee named Spencer Silver who was trying to invent a new adhesive, but it was only a little bit sticky. It was too easily removable. It was not what he needed. He thought it was useless, but in 1974, a coworker of his remembered this, and he was playing piano for his church and decided he could use these to mark his pages in his hymnal. And then he brought it to the executives at 3M and they said, really? Tape that doesn't stick? What is that about? Turns out it was Post-its. Just about everybody uses Post-its for something or another. Again, it was imagination to see something different, to see beyond. And sometimes things can go really wrong. Not only humans can make mistakes, but things in our world, like this pandemic that we're in right now. And imagination is always such an important quality in human beings, whether in our individual lives or helping us to make a better world. If we can creatively rethink small mistakes, we can also, a lot of us together, thinking outside the box, as they like to say, can find something new and different to do when big things go horribly wrong. And here's a picture with just a few. We're having to wear masks now. This is becoming a regular part of our lives. And we talked last week about how that's a way to express compassion on your face. You see a woman here who invented a mask that lets hearing impaired people who need to read lips. If someone wears that mask, then they're able to see. Down on the left-hand side is a Zoom wedding. All the family is there. They're still able to participate even if they can't be there in person. You see a family together on their lawn playing music for their neighbors. And you see finally the invention of a new mask that is actually antiviral. And they're starting to, in the UK, definitely trying to get these out to the health service providers and hoping to get them out worldwide, first to healthcare workers and then to other people. So these are just some of the ways that people have used imagination to innovate, to create things that are needed. Oh, the other picture up in the top right is a hands-free door opener and there's all kinds of those that are being installed in various places, especially hospitals where people will get sanitized, and then if they have to open a door, that blows it. Well, if they can use their forearm to open a door, that's very helpful. All of these have come from people's imagination, and there's more that we can do. Like figuring out how to save the planet, along with figuring out how can we, more of us, work at home and not be driving so much. There are all kinds of ways that imagination will come in handy. We can't go back, but even when things have gone horribly wrong, we can use our imaginations to go forward in a better, more creative way. I've already talked to you earlier about Reimagine Louisiana this week. And then this is a global thing, bouncing back to a better planet, that it originates in France, but I think will be an online event, the Paris Peace Forum in 2020, so in November. So think about how we can use our imagination. If you have an idea, even if you think, well, nobody's going to listen to me, if you have an idea that might help somebody, whether it's a healthcare worker or anybody, to get through these times, tell somebody. Tell somebody. Use your imagination. And thank you so much.